I have a pet peeve, which is when people take the attitude that it's their job to say no. Now, it is not your job to say no unless you are in an unethical job. If you care about ethics and the organization you're working for cares about ethics and equity, and you are in a position where you have the option of saying yes and the option of saying no, and you just default to no, then you're doing a bad job. You're not discerning in a constructive way between the yes cases and the no cases. You're just lazily exerting your petty power to deny people things and drawing a paycheck for your troubles. Now, you may think that there are some contexts where you have to give no as a default answer and expect people to justify a yes, and that would be things like security, for example. You would hope that the security around the United Nations will just not let people up unless they've got a valid, security pass or whatever they need before taking them up to the higher floors. That makes sense. But even then, it's a bad meme because anyone with security in their job title, regardless of the actual details of the role, can just take this meme on as an excuse to be obstructive and unhelpful and basically not do their job, which is to discern the yes cases from the no cases. And they're only serving one half of that. And I've dealt with someone like this in the past who was just not taking responsibility for understanding their role well enough to say yes. And these people are frustrating to work with. They put the brakes on any endeavour where their permission is sought in a bureaucratic process. And even if they ultimately will say yes, because they're being obstructive, the yes comes at a great cost of time and energy on the part of the people trying to get something to happen. So I would encourage you, if you consider yourself to be an ethical person and consider yourself to be a responsible person, if you find yourself saying the meme, "It's my job to say no," consider this. If your job is actually just to say no, why can't you be replaced by a sign that says no? Hell, why not even take away the application process? Because if your job is to just say no, then you don't need the process. You can just publish on the website, "We don't do what we're meant to do." Of course, that would be ridiculous. So consider that the next time you're justifying being obstructive by saying, "It's my job to say no." It almost certainly is your job to discern yes from no and help the yeses as much as it is to deny the no's.